Yeah, welcome to yet another episode of Mr. Vamos Dissects. This is the very first episode of the year 2025. 2024 was a very good year for us, very good year for the sporting fraternity, a very good year generally, I think, for everybody. For those of you who are new on the channel, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. The plan this year is we want to journey into hitting 1,000 subscribers, and we purpose to get the content reaching out to very many places, and we cannot do that without you guys. So stay tuned to what we'll be cooking this year. Well, in today's episode, we'll be talking about how 2024 went. We're going to give you fractions of maybe some of the major events that happened in 2024 in the sports events, both locally and internationally. And then today we want to switch it up a bit. We want to begin to give you guys maybe a betting code or a bet slip. Some wins that maybe like this year we plan to cook like an odd 10 that we'll be giving out every week for you guys to maybe slash your money inside there. Well, interestingly for me was at start 2024 for me was a very nice year. Well, the Lions of the entire league went to Chigali for a final, and I think this league is cooking a lot of things. Yeah, for very many times they was in Imbara, they went to Jinja, they went to Chigali. The only prayer that I have, maybe we're going to go to like maybe Europe, maybe take us to the Maldives or something, take us to USA or something like that. And then we also had the Ndeje League closing, we had the Bodo League closing, we had a lot of action was happening inside there. And then in the Uganda Premier League, of course, we had teams like Express FC selling most of their players and trying to rebuild again, but things are not coming through. We had teams like Solito Bright Stars launching a jersey from Avac. Shout out to Avac for cooking very nice jerseys that is making inside there. We had KCCA that had very many contrasting things happening inside there, competing and trying to get on top of the log, but things have changed a bit. And then NEC FC in the Uganda Premier League is actually cooking spots. Malanguzi is actually taking those guys' heights because they signed one of my guys, Paul Motorezi, that's been cooking spots inside there. And then, of course, in Europe, there's been a lot of stuff that has been happening. We had Eric Ten Hag sacked at Man United. Ruben Amorim brought her to the fold. Stuff is not working for him. Chelsea bringing on Enzo Maresca. Been cooking spots until lately. Some of the guys are doubting him. Arsenal is still flattering to deceive, but there's still a formidable side inside there. Man City, Pep Guardiola signed a new contract, and then after signing a new contract, everything went kabush. I don't know what really happened inside there. And then, of course, we had the AFCON Ivory Coast Imagine winners with a very interesting campaign. They started by losing very many games inside there, but they went on to win the AFCON. So it's been a very interesting year. Personally, for me, 2024 had a lot of ups and downs. The career went onto a standstill. I don't think football will be played for very long now, but I think now we're going to be looking for coaching gigs and all that. So I'd like to congratulate you guys for finishing the year on a high and starting the year 2025. I hope this year will be good for you guys. Well, Chitagwena District had me on a hold. We couldn't probably shout you guys out for like Merry Christmas and all that, but we expect this year to be like a beautiful one. The Cherry League came to a climax, I think a week before the year closed, and then of course, getting back to Kings Park Arena was something of a beauty. The Lions want to maybe put Kings Park on a hold when it comes to action there. It's going to be interesting how that unfolds. Sheriffs is still unbeaten inside that one. TY is still unbeaten inside that one. So there's going to be a very interesting battle for the journey, for the road to Fort Portal, because I expect the entire league finale to happen this year in maybe that's around March. So I think very many teams have been putting in the work of fencing, very many youngins going to the gym and all that. But well, we'll wait and see what unfolds inside that one. Well, let's get straight into the mix. I think that's basically some of the recap that happened. Straight into the mix. Very many leagues are still on the break. The Spanish La Liga returned yesterday. German Bundesliga is still on a break. In the English Premier League, Spurs is hosting Newcastle. In that one, Newcastle has been a stronghold for maybe the past 3-4 game weeks. They've not lost a game inside that one. Dubravka and Co have kept clean sheets in like 4 straight games. Yeah, what's in it in that fixture? I think Newcastle goes on to take this one away because Spurs flatters to deceive in these big fixtures. But if I'll give you a prediction in that one, I'll give you maybe a Newcastle X. You can't really be sure about that one. The biggest game today in the Premier League will be Arsenal taking on Brighton. Well, I somewhat thought when Arsenal loses, maybe a Bukayo Saka, they might not be as fluid. But when we're watching the game against Brentford, well, looked like the kid that they brought on inside that one to play for in Bukayo Saka's position is actually going to be something that will be interesting to see. They were hit by illness. I think flu or something. People like I have it still play, but they cooked. So when they take on Brighton, Brighton is actually it's actually been formidable. Tariq Lamptey is back playing sports and all that. But I think Arsenal takes this one away. Narrow 2-1 win instead that one. Both teams will score in this one. And then when you get into maybe in Spain, today we'll be having the Copa del Rey. Give you guys an Atletico Bilbao win. Give you guys a Barcelona win. Give you guys an Atletico Madrid win. And then when you get to Turkey, in Turkey, there will be Galatasaray, which I'll give you an automatic win. I think their odd is a 1.22, something like that. And then tomorrow, of course, there's going to be a lot of action tomorrow. But before we jump into tomorrow, today when I want to look into the championship. Look into the championship today. I'll give you guys Leeds is playing Hull City. I think that might be the most sure win I'll give you guys today. That's a 1.45 odd for you guys. And then also in the Premier League we have Brentford. That I'll give you guys. I think you guys can put an X on Brentford. I expect them to cook spots inside there. Chelsea takes on Crystal Palace. I was telling very many of my Chelsea guys that when Chelsea begins to drop points, it becomes crazy. Yeah, when they start to drop points, you're probably going to be looking for avenues on how to get points. They faced a Crystal Palace side that didn't start the season well, but I think they began to make points inside that one. I also expect both of these two teams to score because Chelsea inside that one. I think their defenders are still, I don't even know. I lack words for these Chelsea defenders. Disasi has been doing stinkers week in, week out, but I think both of these two teams will score. And then tomorrow, on Sunday, Liverpool takes on Man United. Amorim at the fault that Man United stuff hasn't been easy for him. Yeah, he's lost 4 straight games in the Premier League, and then Liverpool has been hot this season. I don't think anyone can want to verse Liverpool at this point in time and expect to get points from them. So Liverpool has an odd of 1.25. I think they sweep this one away. That new Amorim system is going to take the lads a lot of time to process and to adopt to. So I think Liverpool takes this one away. Yeah. Man City, I expect Man City to take West Ham and wash them today. I think I told someone during the festive season that when Man City begins to win games, when Man City gets a win before the year starts, they might go on a ramp, on a stroll of winning games. So I expect Man City to take that one away. And then, of course, in Italy, I think most of those games are going to do an over 1.5. Most of them most definitely have to do an over 1.5. Roma has to do an over 1.5 for you. We had AC Milan taking on AC Milan winning yesterday at Juventus. So we'll have a Super Cup final. That will be the Milan derby. Inter Milan taking on AC Milan. Keep your eyes locked onto that one. And then which would be the last one that I'd give you guys? I think it's going to be an interesting weekend of football. I think very many of you that have been sharing some of the tickets with, I think most of these guys are going to be jumping onto the X's. Nottingham Forest, I expect them to take a win on Monday Night Football. That's a Nottingham Forest X. I think today I don't want to talk a lot. I don't want to blabber and do a lot of stuff, but it's just great to be back cooking sports, talking about the action that's going to be there. We expect this season to be hot. We expect to produce more and more content this year. Please don't forget to tell a friend to like, to share, to subscribe. Vamos, we go again.